All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here tonight, and we're going to be taking a look at another watch from MTM Special Ops Watch Company. Now, not the first time I've looked at their watches. I think this is either the third or the fourth one I've looked at. Scott over at Watches Galore has gotten these tours started. Thanks, Scott. I'll leave a link to his channel and all the other channels that this watch has been on tour to, so you can go check them out. Now, all the watches I've looked at from Special Ops come in this waterproof, airtight packaging, which I think is a neat touch. You can use it for other things, you know, if you want to use it for storage or whatnot. It's a nice touch. So getting into the box, you guys will have your paperwork and your warranty information over here. I'm not going to get too much into that. What we really want to look at today is this watch. So this is the Hypertec Chrono 3. They have three different versions of the Hypertec chronograph. They have a 1, a 2, and a 3, being the number of functions they actually have. So this is the 3, so you actually have your running seconds down here. You have your chronograph seconds, which you'll see moving here. You have your minutes, up to 60 minutes on this dial, but it also keeps track of your hours down here on this small dial at the 9 o'clock position. Very cool, functional watch, very nicely done, very big. All of these Hypertec watches, or any of the watches from MTM, to be honest with you, have been extremely durable watches. They're built to basically be built for any kind of work. If you watch any of their videos, they actually strap some of their watches to a Jeep tire and drive around with it in the mud and stuff. So it's a very tough, purpose-built watch. This is running a Miyota 0S10 movement in here. Case is all 316L stainless steel. This one is coated. I'm not exactly sure what type, if this is a DLC or a PVD coating. It looks very industrial, whatever it is. So they have 30 different style of straps you can choose from, and all of the straps on these watches, I'll just get off the pillow and show you, they're extremely durable. They're not just your standard NATO strap. They're actually stitched, so that the only way they're going to come off the watch is by undoing your screw-in bars here, your spring bars that are actually, you know, Allen screws going through the watch. So only way you're really going to get them off of there. But you do have 30 styles to choose from when you get one of these watches on the website. It's really neat. They have a customization feature over there at the website where you can pretty much build the watch in any different style you want. Now, I do believe they have 10 different dial variations you can choose from. Differences in the case as far as if you want the DLC coating or if you want just standard stainless steel. So it's really nice that they offer all those different options. You have a 200-meter waterproof watch here with a double O-ring sealed crown here. Obviously a big crown. It's funny, I usually don't take measurements on watch crowns, but because this was so big, I did. So when I go through the measurements, we'll talk more about that. You have scratch-resistant, anti-reflective coated K1 tempered glass. Now, why they're not using sapphire, I'm not really sure. It could have something to do with, you know, actually the durability, perhaps, of, you know, yes, this will scratch, but it will not shatter, as you can have actually happen with sapphire crystal. So perhaps that is the reason that they use that type of a finish on there. You have super luminous applied to the hands and the indices. I'll do a lume shot at the end. And with this movement over here at the 3 o'clock position, you do get a date window. Now on the dial there, you can just barely see it. It says USA 660 feet or 300 meters or 200 meters, excuse me, and water resistant. And just above that, you have the MTM and the Hypertec. So very good looking watch. We're going to get this watch on the wrist here. Now getting into the specs of this watch, it's big. Comes in at 44 millimeters from side to side. You've got 53 lug tip to lug tip. I measured about 14 and a half if you take away the strap on the watch, or close to 14 millimeters. And you do have, you know, I did not check the lug openings, but I do believe these are like 24. Yeah, 24 millimeter lug openings on this watch. So 9.3 or 9.4 almost millimeter crown, and it comes out from the watch almost 9 millimeters, just under 9 millimeters out from the watch. So I do think you need to be aware of that going into the watch or going into the purchase. It does stick out. So if you have a wrist that sometimes that can bother you, just be aware of that. But I've worn the watch. I think it's super comfortable. I do like that the crown is so easy to manipulate. Obviously a screw down crown because of that water resistance rating. So let me go ahead and set it down and we will get this watch on the wrist real quick. All right, guys, so there is the watch on my wrist. I do have a 7-inch wrist, and usually, yeah, 53 millimeters, This, it goes over my wrist a little bit, but if you like big watches with a lot of legibility and functionality, this watch will definitely fit the bill. It's going to be a super tough watch. They build these watches, it almost seems like, to industrial standards, just the feel of them and stuff. I've never torture tested one of these watches, but it almost seems like a Glock or something like that. Like you could beat the heck out of it and it would survive. It's a very purpose-built feeling watch. These straps are impressive. The thickness, the build quality of the straps, the stitching, the buckle, as you can see, is also a DLC coated stainless steel, 316L stainless steel with the MTM logo engraved there on the buckle. So it looks great. I didn't show you guys, but on the side of the case here, you also have the MTM logo just right there on the side of the case. You can see that along my wrist. So, all right, I'm going to dim the light so that we can go out with the traditional loom shot here on the OFD channel. Just a second, guys. All right, so I didn't shine the light on it, but I shut off the lights and it's already glowing. But I have to admit, I thought there was loom on the indices on the watch, but there isn't. It's just the hands and the the counter there, the hand for the chronograph. I do wish they had put more loom on this watch. I have to admit that. It's a great looking piece. I think with the amount of dial you have there, it would have been nice to see a little bit more loom. But barring that, this is a great looking piece from MTM Special Ops watches. The Hypertec series always has that just bold, really tough and industrial feel. They have a number of different watches in the Hypertec line that you should go check out. And they also offer so many different configurations and variations on those, depending on the dial layout, depending on the strap you choose from the website there. So, all right, guys, this has been a review of the MTM Special Ops Hypertec Chrono 3 from MTM Watches. Thanks, Scott, for getting this tour started. Definitely check the link down below for those other videos and check those ones out. If you've not subscribed to the OFD channel, punch that picture of my face right there in the corner and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. All right, thanks, guys.